tell me something which is very close to you for the night of Mahashivaratri.
So, like we were discussing just before we began, right? For me, Shiva has been a friend for as long as I can remember, and somehow there's just no intimidation around him. Although growing up, some of the attributes that he has terrified me otherwise. For example, I was very scared of snakes, but somehow the fact that Shiva had snakes on him never bothered me. So when I think of Mahashivaratri, even as a child, there was just an excitement leading up to it, and this idea that on that day he will come home. So for me, it was this idea that he's going to visit. And when he visits, I still have very picturesque memories of, okay, when he comes, maybe I'll play hide and seek. And when I look back, I realize that intimacy with him that started off with absolutely no understanding, no knowledge, that innocence, that I feel like that was the biggest blessing. And I feel like that night gives that blessing, that it gives, when I look now and I try to look at it from maybe a similar lens, if not an entirely different one, I recognize that that night has something so magical about it that every single time, year after year, it challenges everything I know. And it asks me that question saying, are you willing to forget who you are and your sense of identity for what I have to offer? And every year it's like an exam. And as a child, I used to, and not as a child, but like later in my teenage years when I was more drawn to Shiva, I used to feel, God, this really, Shivaratri comes at exam season also. So it feels like it is the right time for it to come, because it's, there's something in it for me that I cannot quite articulate in words. And I've read so many stories about the power of the night, but the power comes to me in a very different way. It asks me, are you ready for what I have to offer? So it's a very mysterious night, I would say.